Hey everyone, we are live. We are live. We are live. If you were here yesterday, you knew I had a consultation call this morning. So I made it. What time is it? It's 9:08. Perfect, perfect. We are not going to be here a long time today. I'm going to say hi to the people and then we're going to get started. Um, um, Today's topic, of course, is, you know, you about to lose your black job. And I'm not laughing about the situation. I'm just laughing about who thought that something that was a viral meme, what, 5 years ago, is now possibly many of our reality. Many of you that were on yesterday knew that I had a crisis I had to deal with a crisis of a friend who found out yesterday through email that this was going to be her last month of employment. And so, um, again, we have to get into ready mode, we have to get into strategy mode. And the blessing is that at least they gave her advance time and she can, start to work. She could plan what she needs to do and then work that plan. But this is the second friend that I've had in that situation since I started this series. And so I thought it would be great to kind of talk about um, what areas will probably be most impacted, and then how do we stay ready, right? And so hopefully none of you will face this, right? None of you are facing this imminently, I should say. Like it's not like a thing that's going to happen within the next 6 months, but just in case it does, then I want us to be prepared. And so I'm about to say hi to y'all and then pull up my notes and then we going to get into it. But first, let me introduce myself and get that out the way. Hey, everyone. What's up? I am Kim, AKA Kim with the Gems. Here on this channel, we talk all things wellness, travel, and finances from a cultural perspective, from a Black woman's point of view. And so, if you are interested in any of those three pillars, right? If you're interested in getting your money right, if you're interested in, learning more about traveling, exiting the US, bopping around, slow travel, nomadic travel, whatever it is. Or if you're interested in some great wellness tips, check out some of my older videos where I give advice. And I shouldn't say advice because I'm not a doctor, but I give what has worked for me, over the years outside of traditional medicine, right? Things that have truly kept me, I think, in pretty good health over the years that everyone should be taking from um what do you call it? Soursop, right? Soursop bitters, castor oil, things like that. The type of vitamins, natural vitamins we should be taking, not the ones with all the fillers. The type of foods we should be eating, how we can detoxify the metals out of our body. All of that is part of this movement. Right now, we are in a series. Tomorrow makes 4 weeks, 28 days of us coming together in community live, talking about how we can stay ready so we don't have to get ready for the changing of the guards that's happening. And so, with that being said, I'm going to say hi to my Gym Nation tribe. If you are not yet part of the Gym Nation tribe, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, join us every day live. We come every single day live. Yesterday, I went live 2 times because some of y'all may not have known, but I put it up, but I received my renewed passport yesterday, and I did a live unboxing. So that was the last video. You can check that out. But we come live every day, and we're going to do that for the rest of this year. Hopefully, it won't change much in January, especially the beginning of January. But due to travel obligations, I'm probably going to have to alter some of that. So anyway, go ahead, Gym Nation. I know y'all have already been chit-chatting while I was joining, and I'm promising you, I'm setting my timer today because this group can go. We can go, and today I want to make sure we do not go past 10 o'clock. Actually, I'm going to set the timer for, let's just say 40 minutes. And then when the timer goes off, we're going to wrap it up. And so anyway, saying all that to say, thank you for joining Gym Nation, my OGs, all the way to the ones that are just joining. I thank you. And today I think we're going to at least crack the surface on what's going on. I do want to bring on some other guests to really dig deeper into it who are specialists in this area. And as soon as we work out our calendars, I will announce those. So let me just say, yeah, hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you're in here. And let's see who's in here. I have a neighbor who dropped something. Sorry about that. Sound like the daggone ceiling was gonna fall in. Oh, hey, W squared. Nice to see you. Hey, LaRonda, my OGs are in the building early. Good to see you. Hey, WM, good to see you. LaRonda again. Let's see. Anita. Hey, Anita. Welcome back. Welcome back. Moni's in the building. What's up, Moni? Good to see you. And of course, my ATL sis, Cynthia, is in the building. Well, I say ATL sis because I used to live in Atlanta many, many, many years ago, before the Olympics. That's how long ago I lived in Atlanta for a couple years. But the pollen ran me right on out of Atlanta. I didn't have allergies before I lived there, and I could barely breathe when I moved there. Hey, the Abix girl, good to see you. Hey, just one, welcome back. Good to see you. Yes, W squared, please hit the like button. Please listen to W squared. I appreciate it. Is this Angela, my trading investing sister, Angela? Hey. Hey, see, I don't even announce these things. I think this is her, but I don't even announce these things in my I have a weekly accountability group. I told y'all I'm all about accountability. I have a weekly accountability group for my trading and investing fam. Not my trading, excuse me. It's another group, not my investing for independence, but um someone else hosts this one. And I think that's her. I don't even make these announcements, which is I just let the people find me. Hey, DJK 2004. And you know what I did not do? I need to edit the settings so that you have to be a subscriber to comment because there was one troll I think in here yesterday, but let me just make let's just ignore the trolls. Promise me that if you see somebody in here acting up, let them act up. I promise you, if you ignore them, they will leave and find someplace to act up, find someplace else to act up. So please, I want to go ahead and change that. That you have to be a subscriber only. So hold on one second. Customization. There we go. Nope, you have to be a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber for at least 10 minutes. Let me save that. Okay, I am back. Okay, so yeah, if anyone cuckoo crazy comes in here, let them just be cuckoo crazy. Hey, Christina R. What? Oh, that's right. You were laid off, but it was divine, right? We gonna look at that as a blessing. But you didn't get advance notice that they laid me off. It was immediate. They said it was about one mistake I made, but you wonder because that didn't make sense. Yeah, one mistake. Listen, there's gonna be so much more of that happening, and so, like I told her, just be thankful that at least they're allowing you to plan, right, your next move. And a lot of times, um, especially when it's around the holidays, they don't want to seem, like they are just the ultimate Scrooge. And so, um, yeah. Hey, Kevin R, good to see you. You got your wait, morning, yes, Xmas gift early, got that pat. Congratulations. After all of that, listen, whew, you don't have to worry about it no more. They cashed your check or they got your money. Yeah, exactly. It's different. It is so different now. But it is 9.5 years later for me. So yeah. Yes, this is my trading. Sis, welcome. Welcome to Gym Nation. Welcome to the family. Hey, Renee Black. Welcome, welcome. One of your colleagues was told the day before yesterday they no longer. Yeah. Listen, well, I will say this is not a new phenomenon. People get laid off, right? But and however, and I'll start off with one of the areas that will be affected. People are cutting budgets, period, because of the unknown. Now, so everything is not a sinister layoff, right? Everything is not a ism. It's not a sexism, racism, ageism type of layoff. Some are just, they need to plan their 2025 budgets and they need to trim. I hate to say trim the fat because that makes it seem like it's not necessary, right? But that's what they call it. They need to scale back and get their books right. And so a lot more of that is going to happen because a lot of prices are going to go up. And when I talk about you're about to lose your job and the disappearing Black jobs of 2025, it also means entrepreneurs who have product-based businesses. It also means anybody who's relying on products being shipped from places like China to the US to make money. And so companies know that even if it hasn't happened yet, part of the strategy for the changing of the guards, with the changing of the guards, is that it is going to happen. And these tariffs are going to ultimately affect everyone's bottom line. And so they're going to require less people to do the same amount of work or more work. And so it is critical that we stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And part of that is planning, right? Planning for just in case. What do I have in my arsenal just in case? And so let me say hi to a couple more people and then we're going to quickly get into. Yes, congratulations, Kevin R. Listen, I just had another amazing consultation and she already has her appointment. But she started the process after finding Gym Nation, after she found this channel. I'm not going to say her name because she's in here often. She's not in here now. She has something she needs to do, but she promised me she's going to watch later. But anyway, she put in her request to get her appointment on November 27th. She got a date on December 2nd. And so her appointment's not December 2nd, but they responded with availability December 2nd. And it's perfect because it gives her time to get all her paperwork together. And so, listen, I know what I'm doing ain't nothing but the Lord. I don't care what nobody says, nothing but the Lord. So, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's why you definitely listen. Multiple streams of income should be top three in your planning, your stay ready strategy. You seem to always be the last hired and the first fired. Listen, my jobs, I left most of, well, when I say most of them, but my longest running job was I got hired in 2000 and left in took a package in 2017 when the company was sold. So I do believe that in a little bit. I kind of believe that, but it also depends upon, the type of company and what you're doing and all of that. So you definitely. Hey Crystal, welcome back. Welcome back. Your prices are already going up and companies, listen, they're in the business to make money. And so unfortunately, layoffs we've only just begun to see what this could potentially look like. And hey, Margaret Camp. Time to celebrate. I need a whistle. I need some screamers. Oh my gosh. I want to thank you. I got my appointment for Mexican Consulate next week. You inspired me. Don't, don't wish me. Don't wish me luck. Please wish me luck. Wish me. Listen. Listen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When we hit 10,000, not only we're gonna have a 10,000 subscriber party, we are going to have a people who take action party, because y'all don't know, like, this has not been easy work. Right? And I don't even really call it work. It has not been an easy passion to, keep going on a daily, but and however, it can't stop, won't stop. Oh, was I supposed to say that? That's a Diddy phrase. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. Good morning. Got my application appointment with Consulate on. See, y'all gonna try to make me go past 10 o'clock, and I'm not gonna do that. Congratulations, Miss P in DC. Lord, this is nothing but the Lord. Okay, so we'll finish congratulating, and I'll say hi to other people in a minute, but I do want to get into, and today is really going to be, top line. There is a video that I'm gonna start with some audio, just about what's really happening, and it's related to the federal government. And then I'm gonna pull up my notes while I'm playing this audio. So Miss P, listen, all of y'all, yeah, listen, yeah. Today is a good day. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me pull up the audio. Oh my gosh, you just don't even know. Like, that just makes my heart so happy. And my notes are crazy. I mean, I have to go through. Let's see. EEOC newsroom. Is this not? No, that's not it. Is this one it? I hope this is. City. Nope, that's not it. Just interesting. That many people and that many. That's a different one. Hold on. Sorry, y'all.
By now, you've probably heard of the conservative plan known as Project 2025.
Yes, this guidebook has been published every 4 years since President Ronald Reagan by the right-wing think tank, the Heritage Foundation. Now, we're talking about this tonight because it proposes some sweeping changes to the federal government, a key issue in the upcoming presidential election.
Civil rights groups from the NAACP to the ACLU have spoken out against the proposal, a move they warn will disproportionately affect African Americans.
I just want to make sure, can somebody say you can hear it? Just put yes, or no. And then I'll press play again. I just need to make sure y'all are hearing what I'm playing before I proceed. Yes or no? Okay, perfect. Okay, let me finish.
Reporter Tracy Wilkins explains why it could have an even greater impact on Black people and the economy in our region here. Tracy?
Yeah, well, as you both know, the nation's largest population of wealthy Black people live in our region, especially in majority Black Maryland counties like Prince George's and Charles. Many of our strong middle and upper middle class Black families were built around the federal workforce. It's the region's largest employer. So we asked experts on both sides of Project 2025 how dismantling it would impact the Black middle class that has heavily relied on it.
2 cups of sugar.
When Michigan native Ashaki Robinson moved to Bowie, Maryland, she could hardly believe all of the concentrated Black wealth around her.
Not just middle class, but like, rich Black people.
Like many in her community, Robinson is a federal worker. She's the social science analyst for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and just speaking as a union representative.
You could be making a lot of money with your doctorate. There's a lot of things that you could be doing, and you're working in the federal government. Very few people are lucky enough to actually have a job that has meaning. And I'm one of those people that do it, and a lot of people that work for the federal government are.
HUD's mission is to ensure fair, safe, and affordable housing for all Americans. 900-plus page Project 2025 document, former HUD Secretary Ben Carson calls for putting political appointees in top positions. and scaling back affordable housing. The document also wants former President Trump's Schedule F executive order that was reversed by President Biden to be reinstated. It would strip job protections from career officials and policy roles, make it easier to fire civil servants, and requires loyalty to the president. People shouldn't have to sell their souls to do a job. Prior to the adoption of these civil service rules, people were appointed, and when elections changed, they lost their jobs. Horace Cooper is chairman of Project 21, a program for Black conservatives at the National Center for Public Policy Research. It supports Project 2025. He says bringing back Schedule F will make Trump more effective if elected, even if it means some workers losing jobs. I watched in the first Trump term, seeing how many government employees announced that they did not agree with the priorities of this administration and stymied them as a consequence.
Okay, so this is a long video. It's like 8 minutes long. I am not going to play the whole thing. I am going to add the link in the description. That was a visual. Let me tell you the name of the actual. It's from NBC4 Washington, and it's on their their particular YouTube channel, and it's What's Going to Happen, Project 2025 and the DMV Black Middle American Class. And I'm going to add the link to that particular video, and you can watch the whole thing. It really gets into more stories from federal workers who thought they had protections. A lot of Black, I think it's like 70% of the federal workforce is Black American / minority, not white America. And it was a way for upward mobility for, Black Americans in this country. Everybody used to talk about it. I lived in DC. I went to Howard University. I worked for the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, CFTC. And people talked about, get you a good government job, girl. Get you in DC, get you a good government job. Because you get the the G9 level, and you get this, and that. And so saying all that to say, it was a sense of security for us, right? It was a sense of not having to worry about, as long as you were doing your work, and, it didn't have to be superior work. I'm not saying we weren't doing superior work. You just have to meet the needs of you didn't have to, do John, Jackie, and Lisa's work, right? You have to meet your requirements, and you were guaranteed to keep that job for retirement. But now they're basing it off of who you pledge your allegiance to, not what country, but who you pledge your allegiance to. And so the federal government is one area that if you are currently employed, if you are currently banking on for survival, please stay ready. We don't know which fractions of the government will be hit first, but we do know there is a hit list. And we do know that ultimately the goal is to dismantle the wealth of Black people, to keep us dependent and to keep us from basically continuing the progress that we have seen over the years, right? We have become a target, right? Just simply because we have been able to overcome, we have been able to get ahead, we have been able to self-sustain, we have been able to start and maintain businesses. Black women was the highest ranked group of women to become entrepreneurs, right? And so we see like that PPP loan, the people they're targeting, the people they're going after, the people they're putting in jail. Now with the tariffs and the product-based businesses, these industries are about to be turned upside down. And so I didn't pull up my notes. I'm just going off on a tangent right now, but I wanted you to hear that first because it kind of puts into context you about to lose your job. Like the dismantling of the real Black jobs that afforded us the opportunity to get ahead is going to be totally wiped out in order for them to put us in the Black jobs that they think we should have, that they talked about during, leading up to during campaign season. And so, hold on a second. So, when you talk about the federal government, that is definitely one area that we need to educate our friends and families who are, especially the young ones who really don't pay attention, right? And when I say don't pay attention, if it's not on TikTok, if it's, they're not digging deep into policy. And I'm not saying all of them, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, because if you have a child who's deep into policy, then I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about the overwhelming number of our young people who are just being led by social media down a horrible path. And then also let's start talking to the ones in our family that may be close to retirement in these spaces. We talked yesterday about how Black women are suffering in silence, working through working in high functioning depression in these areas, and don't think the federal government is not one of these areas. And so let's have these conversations. Let's get in community and try to help each other out with the solutions. And so I talked about the news report that we just went over, but there's also reports from the EEOC about how civil rights claims, how much money they have to spend out in civil rights claims from different corporations. So the EEOC, which is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, handles discrimination charges, right, from companies. And even if they don't result in lawsuits, they do, research them, and they do spend time seeing if these are valid complaints or not. And what falls under that? So discrimination based on race, discrimination based on gender, discrimination based on disability, to give you, a sense of the type of claims that come through this office. Well, we can almost guarantee that this office is on the hit list of some reforming. What that reforming will look like, I don't know. But guess who was a victim of EEOC claims? Our co-president, Mr. Musk. And you don't think from 1 minute that he's going to come through with his newly formed division of government to save the government money. You don't think he's going to come and try to really just dismantle this whole EEOC fraction of the government? I'm just going to pull up an article. Sorry. I want to pull up this article that showcases what Musk had to go through. And so for people that aren't aware, you'll know that this is not something that is being made up. Okay, I need to share. Here we go. Oh, what's up with these ads? Okay, give me a second. Okay, present, share screen. Share. Now I have to pull it up on stage. There we go. So this happened. Hold on. This was an article from 2024, earlier this year. Tesla must face race bias class action by 6,000 Black U.S. workers. Now, the owner of this company is now our co-president. Okay. It was updated in February, I should say. And I don't want to, because it's already 9:37, I don't want to get into the entire article, but this is in addition to other class action lawsuits or discriminatory lawsuits that he lost in the past. And so in this organization, they were allowed to outwardly call this man the N-word and some other things, and the company did nothing about it. And so I think this is the article right here, but I mean, this is the part of the article right here you should pay attention to about the previous verdicts that were lodged against our co-president. Understand that I wouldn't be surprised if EEOC is top 3 to dismantle. And just to show you the impact that EEOC has, you can look up the reports yourself. I'm going to show you what the numbers look like. First, I'm going to tell you. Wait, let me just pull up the report. So each year the EEOC puts out an annual performance report, and there's certain targets that they're supposed to hit. And that includes everything from researching and litigating these claims. And just to give you a general, did I pull this up? Hold on. Yeah, let me remove this, present this, stop screen, present, share screen. This is what the website looks like. Again, another resource that you can, when you have time, if you're interested, do your own due diligence. Add to stage. So this is their 2023 annual performance report, but just to give you some top line information when it comes to their litigations, through September, I think it was of 2023. I don't think the full 2023 year was out when I did this, but more than $11 million in settlement was reached for over 806 victims of systematic discrimination. This is directly from their labor report, but guess what? That is a small fraction of what used to be awarded. And so if we look at the number of claims, it was 144 merit-based claims in 2023. But if you look at 2022 and before, and hold on. It was 2022, 342 million was awarded from both the private sector and state and local government. It dropped to like a third in 2023, and that might have been the full number, but I'll confirm that in a second. So again, the numbers have been steadily going down, and I think it was truly some calls happening, some people knowing what was about to happen. But if you keep going through the years, hold on a second. So if you look at 2021, it was over 400 million. And the lowest amount was around 300 million, and that was back in 2014. Now, I'm not sure I don't remember who was in office then. My mind's not working that quick right now. Obama came in at 24. Anyway, it was 300 million. And so with those type of numbers, that's a quick way to save the government money, right? You get rid of, not just a quick way to save the government money, but a quick way to stop the marginalized communities from benefiting, or they see benefiting from discriminatory practices, right? And so this is a way for them to discriminate and not have to worry about any type of feedback. That's why these DEI pullbacks are happening, right? They're pulling back the DEI protections, and then now who are we supposed to turn to when there are real allegations of discrimination or being called like the N-word in the workplace and stuff like that? Who are we supposed to turn to? I don't know. Like, it's just absolutely, I hate to use the word scary, but they're very telling times that we're living in. So we talked about having, a co-president who was affected by EEOC and litigations against them as it relates to race relations. He's also from a country, where apartheid, when he, was born, was the law of the land, right? He grew up under that system. So this is not, anything new or foreign to him. And so we should not be able to make claims. We should just go in with our heads down and do whatever we need to do to get the work done and don't complain. And so there's another link that I wanted to, hold on a second. I'm going to check comments in a minute because we only have like 15 minutes or 16 minutes left, maybe 17, but just give me 1 second because the next thing I want to talk about, there's more stuff I want to talk about, but I promise I'm going to be off of this by 10. So I definitely want to hit the what do we do now talking points before we end. But we talked about, if you are in a business right now, if you own a business, right now, and it's a product-based business, if you can get your orders in now, pre-order whatever it is you can now to sustain yourself. And I'm not saying overdo it because you still have to sell the stuff, right? But knowing that the lag times, if you don't already know this, knowing that the lag times, and I'm not even talking for small business, places like Walmart, places like Target, places like whatever companies order things from, places like China, you're going to see delays, you're going to see increased pricing. So just like back when it happened before, when there was shipping delays and all of that, that's what's expected to happen soon after the changing of the guard. It's happening now. Distributors are saying, listen, to people that they do big volume business with, get your orders in now, because it's going to take that order, like I said, that took maybe 3-4 months before, it's going to take 9-10 months for you to receive now. And that's barring any unforeseen circumstances. So it may take longer. So if you are if one of your streams of income is ordering from, a distributor of cheap or inexpensive clothing, and then you come here and you custom design it and rebrand it. If you're in a t-shirt business, if you are in whatever type of business that is product based, that the products come from another country, because remember, that was the whole part of, getting cheap labor. We outsourced all of this distribution. And now what's going to happen if it's not a US based business that gets all of their inventory and products from the US, then you fall in line with this. If you are part of the federal government, and we haven't even gotten into, that's the other point, we haven't even gotten into if you are part of a DEI division. So you know how there's diversity, equity, inclusion, how there are people that were hired to fill quotas. Unfortunately, that, still happens. And that's part of affirmative action in some areas. If you have 14 jobs, one of those people have to be African-American to represent, the makeup of this country. Well, that no longer has to happen, right? Well, right now it does. Today it kind of does, but we know people are preparing for 2025, right? And so if you fall in line with any of those, if you are in a job where the people don't want you there, like they're looking at you funny already, then we have to plan our next step. I have some more audio and videos that I wanted to go over, but let's go over we don't have time. Let's go over our plan. Let me go to questions really quick. I'm going to take a few, and then if there's any questions, if not, then we'll go into a quick plan. It's not going to be anything complicated at all. So I'm going to go to the bottom. So definitely, if you want, you can let me get the exact. So if you go to eeoc.gov, you can find the reports, how much they paid out over the years, and more information. There's so much information on these websites. I was going to go through each one. It tells you everything that you need to know here of the type of information you can find on their website. And so, all I was showing that. I'll tell you, hold on a second. I was trying to show you where to go. So if you go to the about, did I bring that up? Yeah, add it to stage. If you go to the about section, it tells you everything that you can find about the EEOC. It also has everything about the reports from 2003 and before, prior, so you can check that out on your own. So let me stop sharing that. And there was a question. Which industries do you think will be impacted the most? Anything related to EEOC or diversity and inclusion, or what was the other one? Diversity, inclusion, or affirmative action, education. Like the list goes on and on. The Department of Education is about to be dismantled. A lot of us work in the Department of Education from a federal standpoint, not just, I'm not talking about like as teachers and things like that, but I mean, anything related to EEOC. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball to know which is going to be impacted first or the most, but just know that the goal is to make America great again, right? The goal is to displace us in a way that we are, just think Jim Crow era, just think we are no longer on a path forward. Remember what Kamala's slogan was? Forward. We're not going back. Well, their slogan might as well been, we're going back, right? We're going back to when white men were in control, period. And we saw that through the 2025 breakdowns that we did. They clearly stated in the Project 2025 manifesto, they clearly state that they want this country to be back to when white men were in charge. And so, hold on a second. Yeah, if you have minority certifications, what is that? Is that going to, it may mean something to those few companies that feel like, okay, I'm going to stand 10 toes down for as long as I can. But remember, people are like, boycott Walmart. Walmart was just the first to announce the rollback of DEI. Y'all going to be boycotting so much, y'all might as well come with me to Mexico. Where there also is a Walmart. Like, let's be clear. Y'all might as well come with me to Mexico, because many of these corporate Fortune 500 companies are going to roll back. And they want to roll back. Don't think they enjoy being sued. Don't think they enjoy litigation. Don't think they enjoy having to pay millions out to Black people, brown people, yellow people for, lawsuits. They don't. So yeah, it definitely will affect. And I know Angela's in like that space as well. And so, yeah, no, she definitely knew. Kamala, I think you're talking about, she definitely knew. And she also, I believe, and I said this before, people are upset that she did not come out the night of the election to concede or say anything to the students or the people that showed up at Howard University campus. And I am one to think that she didn't do that because she knows how dire this is about to be. She knows how dire this is about to be. If anybody knows how dire this is about to be, the people at the top, the very top, knows how dire this is about to be. And her not coming out was not her being cowardice. It was her not wanting to look these babies in the face, these support, and the older supporters, I think, were less of a concern, but the younger supporters, and have to lie and make up shit about what is about to happen with this country. And it's going to be okay. Just listen, I'm glad she didn't come out, because if you know, right? So question, my son is a day trader in the stock Forex market. Is it okay for him to put that for his occupation on his? Nope. No, unless he's 7 series 7 certified, whatever. Yeah, no, that's a hobby. And it's actually not a good hobby to show for income because it's a volatile market. And just as quick as you can make $100,000, you can lose 200. So no, if he works for a brokerage company or if he's certified, then that's different. Okay. Let me see any more questions. And then we're just going to do, listen, I'm just going to give a couple quick ways to stay ready because I've kind of been talking about this stuff already. But if companies don't want to, okay, our timer just went off. We have literally 7 minutes. If companies don't want to pay out huge sums of money in racial lawsuits, they need to fire the racist white people who listen. The sad thing is we are still the minority, right? We're still what, 14% of the population up against over 60% of their population, or close to, I forgot the exact number. You're gonna, even if you fire them, let's start there. Even if you fire them after it happens, then you still have to face the lawsuit, right? And you don't know what's going to happen until it's happened. Not everyone that ends up being part of a lawsuit just walks around calling people the N-word all day. It takes one instance to happen for people to then be able to litigate against that company. That's number one. Number two, I had a boss who had to go for sensitivity training because he said something one time, out loud. And someone took offense to it. Now, they didn't sue, right? But you just don't know when it's going to happen until it's happening. But it would be nice if they would be able to do that, right? They have historically weakened or dismantled any attempts at equity for us, affirmative action. Listen, that's why we have to stay ready, right? Because the past is there for us to learn and know how to maneuver, right? Know how to maneuver against. If we don't know our past, then we're doomed to face the same fate, right? And we have been able to conquer and overcome because of our resilience and because we're just those people, right? We are those people. But a lot of us right now don't want to acknowledge just how bad things are. I don't see any other cues, and that's the only way I can really tell right now. Oh, there's a cue. Do you think that includes New York City workers are retired from there? I know people are still working. Oh, it includes, when it comes to federal government, it's federal, right? Now, if you're talking about New York City, like city government, city workers, what happens in the city can be a direct correlation to what happens federally, right? We have New York City is going to be, that's one of the audios that I wanted to play. Okay. That is one of the audios that I wanted to play about what's going on with New York City. And maybe I could play it real quick. Know what? I'm not. I'm going to play this tomorrow during our 7 p.m. live. But we have already been told what this influx of immigrants to our city is going to look like. Not today, not tomorrow, the year after, the next year, the next year, the next year, how the budgets were affected, the cuts that are still going to have to happen, which means cuts in the, with workers and careers and stuff like that. So yeah, you're so funny. Kim's dropping gems this AM about Muskie, 100%. Okay, so what are we going to do to plan? Right. Let's start with what we already talked about. We're going to get all our affairs in order. We are going to make sure that we have copies of, we're going to make sure that our financial house is in order. Let's just say that. We need to make sure we analyze, assess, strategize where our money is now, where is the waste happening, stop the waste. Where are our investments? Are they generating, like, if you ain't making money in this market, child, this year, last year, then yeah. Anyway, let's just strategize on where our financial house is, right? and make sure we understand it. Where is our debt? Because interest rates, like, they're still high, right? And they're not going to drop like they were, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So let's analyze where our financial house is. Then um, where are our jobs, right? How am I appropriately qualified to take my skill set and go someplace else with it, or do I need to get more certifications? There are so many free certifications out here, and if you are concerned about losing your job, let's not work. Listen, if you lose your job and you were there 20 years and you're not going to get the benefits, we can't dwell in that. We have to plan for the future. So start looking up these free courses. There are so many free courses out here, or next to free, $49 certificates in industries that you can work remotely, that you can, it doesn't matter if you're, black, white, or whatever. You are there to be customer service. You are there to be some type of tech, whatever the industry is. Get on Coursera, get on Google certificate platforms, and try. And then some of these colleges are offering free certificates and degrees. And I'll come back with more about those colleges. We got 1 minute. I'll come back more about those colleges. Hit the like button. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit it. You got a minute to hit the like button. Please hit the like button. But get yourself ready to be more, diverse and more nimble when it comes to career. Also, get another stream of income now. Don't wait for something to happen. Use your expertise, figure out what you're good at, and try to make money at that. And we'll talk more about that. I am going to just hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe. Yes, CA Cruise, Google offers a lot of certificate programs. You're starting your course today, and some of them you could get done in a day, a week, 2 weeks, and they are next to nothing, if not nothing. Some of them you may have to pay $49.99, whatever, depending on how advanced the degree is. There's another resource that I want to share, but I'll do that on Thursday because we're at the 10 o'clock mark. But yes, hit the subscribe. I hated to rush this, but I do, like I said, want to be respectful of one of my mentors, Stephanie Perry, and her 10 o'clock session that happens next week. We will not be doing 10 o'clock on Saturdays. We will go back to like the early evening. But I had plans today for the rest of the day, so I did not want to miss not doing a live, because today is day number 27. Tomorrow is our 28-day 4-week anniversary. We are going to celebrate 7 o'clock. Join us 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always post in the community tab, and you'll know what the topic is when I post there. But until tomorrow, go ahead, have a great weekend, great day. It's actually sunny here in New York right now, so I'm lucky about that. I'll be able to enjoy some of the sun, and it's not as cold. So anyway, everybody, there was another, should we stop using the N-word with each other? I never used it. So a white person called, yeah. Oh, listen, we made it easy for them to defend themselves against that, right? So I don't tell people what to do. I don't use the word, maybe if I'm rapping in a song, right? It may come out, but nobody else is around. So anyway, no, calling each other people that should have never been okay with us as a community. But anyway, I'll look through the comments later. If there's questions that I missed, I will check on those. And it's 10:01, and I will say goodbye. See you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Take care. Catch up on the playlist. Catch up on the Stay Ready so you don't have to get ready, move abroad playlist. All the videos from our live sessions are there, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good weekend.